Hi, it's been a while. How have you been? Hope you have been well. Okay, so today I want to talk about diversity in language or language diversity in the home. Now, I'm from Nigeria, and in Nigeria we have three major languages, which happens to be the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. So in those are the three major languages, but we have over 50, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 50, almost 50 or over 50 other languages. But those three, they are the major languages in Nigeria. So because of the nature of our diversity in language, we tend to speak various languages here in Nigeria. And then also, the major general language in Nigeria that you can speak anywhere in Nigeria and then people will understand is English, or better still, Pidgin. Pidgin English is spoken all over Nigeria and everybody understands that, or at least almost everybody. So now I am from Delta State. My dad is Delta State, Isoko in Delta State, and my mom is Delta Igbo. She's from the Delta Igbo speaking part of Nigeria. So, growing up, there was this, language diversity, and because children tend to understand and speak or follow their mom more, we, let me say, me, I had actually understand Delta Igbo more. And then to crown it all, I schooled in Igbo. I schooled in the East. Yes, I schooled in the East. So I enjoy their language, their food, some culture as well. And then after school, after everything, here I am married to an Igbo man. So I understand a little bit of Igbo. I can speak a little. And then for my dad's language, Isoko, I just maybe the basics like come, go, get me this and all that, you know. So, what brings me to this topic today? Recently, because my husband is from Igbo, Igbo in the east, and me, I'm from Delta State, we tend to speak generally English or Pidgin in our home between the two of us, but for the children, we speak English. So, me, I actually enjoy speaking languages, even though I know I don't know how to speak my parents' language or my dad's language. I'm actually a mix of native. I like the traditional things, And if you know me, I know I like cooking traditional foods a lot. And because I can't speak my language, my dad's language, when I was in school, I decided to bring out, project a native name to make me feel like I belong somewhere because I was surrounded by people who speak their language, who make their local foods and all that. So I projected the name Eloho, and that became the name that is that I'm well known for now. Now back to the home, back to my home, back to present day my home. My husband rarely speaks Igbo. Even when I try to communicate with him in Igbo language, he would just be like, "Ah, hello, you're not saying it well," and then to him, let's just stick to the English thing. But he can speak more than me though, and I want that, Actually, back in school, there's this friend I had. She's always speaking Igbo to me, whether I understand or not. She'll tell you that one. That's your concern. She'll be like, "I'm mommy hearing a call. I don't know what you're saying. You have to say it in Igbo." And I miss her so much because she actually influenced my Igbo speaking then. So, but my husband, I don't think he's the teaching type. So my son is named after his special grammar, Ogene Kome, which means God's gift, or God has given me, God's gift to me. And in Isoko, there is Kome, which means give me. So recently, I was talking to my son and I was like, Ryan, his English name is Ryan. Ryan Kome, as in give me. He had something I wanted him to give to me. And he was like, Mommy, that's my name. My name is Kome. I said, yes, your name is Kome. Kome is different from Kome. Do you get? So he was a bit confused, but I tried to explain that Kome is give me, Kome is also give me, or Kome is also give me. And While he was still trying to grasp that, my husband can come sometimes and be like, Ryan, Bia. And in Isoko is Ryan Yanze. So this language diversity, I mean, my question today is, how do we balance the home, that has language diversity? For a mother and a husband, or a wife and a husband who are from different regions or different speaking regions here in Nigeria, how do we balance the home? How do we speak that our children will actually understand and then know that this is what you're saying? If you have been there, how did you manage it? Did it bring problem between you and your spouse? Did it bring problem between you and your children? Were you feeling like you were teaching your children your own local language more than your partner? Was it bringing some sort of issues between your spouse, like, oh, you're trying to take these children away from my own language to yours? Or was your partner indifferent about it? Or you people just talk to English? Did you just stick to English speaking? I'd like to know, because I'm in this phase right now. I want my children to know, but I can barely speak Igbo. I can barely even speak the Isoko, but I can do better with Igbo. But then again, do I want to teach them, or I should just leave them to speak the general English? Because actually, I can't even speak more Igbo. It's just few. And my husband is not big on language speaking. How do I train these children in a Yoruba land to speak their language? Because Neto Chuku is growing, is already 3. My son, the same Ryan, the same Kome. I need him to start understanding, because I see the Asians and even Yorubas, they have that too. Their children, right from a tender age, they can understand and speak their language. I want my children to be like that as well, because I think that's where my parents missed it. They were not really speaking to us. They were not really telling us details. It's just that somehow we're traveling to the village, by mom's village, so we tend to understand. How do you bring up your children to speak language, to belong to some language, some region, you get what I'm trying to say? How do we do this for a home that already has language diversity? I feel like sometimes it's just tedious, speaking today and you're not consistent with it. But should I just stick to what I already know, train them to as much as I already know? Should I go and learn further about this language so I'll be able to teach them more? Apparently, I'm very good with most of the meals, so I already know how to cook the traditional food and teach them, oh, this is ufu nugbo, this is oha soup, this is, all those, and then this is banga soup, this is owo soup, white soup, ofe nsala, what we know as white soup is actually ofe nsala, and I make these meals and I make sure he eats from it. Abacha, you get. But beyond food, language itself, how do I train my children to know how to speak and deal with their languages and they know their culture more? Because apparently, another thing, security is a problem. Insecurity is a big issue currently in Nigeria. So people no longer travel home, unlike before that you say, oh, they will go home for holidays, they will get to learn and see their cousins speak. It's no longer like that. So I'm really, really in that phase right now. I don't mind you sharing how you handled it, how you dealt with it, how you managed the situation. And here I am trying to know more, I'm just asking a genuine question. So if you have been there, please share with me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you handled it if you were in that position, or if you are still struggling in that position like me. Well, here you are not alone. I'm here and I'm having the same issue. Please let me know. Thank you.